considered Central Jersey. Through Staten Island first into Brooklyn. Then Manhattan. So we might cut through the Bronx, but that's not a given. It depends how much traffic we encounter. We're definitely not going to Queens because that's kind of out of the way. So yeah, it'll be Staten Island, Brooklyn, Manhattan, possibly the Bronx. Get a water over here because in New York they're probably $10. Once you get into the city, everything is expensive. All the 99-cent waters. Nah. Whew. So anyway, yeah, it's a hot one. I'm not looking at the weather. My brother tells me that it's possibly gonna rain, and I don't care. I didn't bring a rain suit, so if it rains, I get wet. It's not the first time or the last time. We're gonna get on what's called the Outer Bridge Crossing into Staten Island. You probably see the signs right there. Through there, Outer Bridge Crossing, Staten Island, and then the other one goes to Woodbridge, New Jersey. Staten Island is but 5 minutes away. Tolls are hefty out here, so that's something to consider. wonder if that's by design. Probably not, but I tell you what, it keeps you from going over the speed limit by much, because the roads are not that smooth. A little bit of trivia about Staten Island. The 9/11 debris from the World Trade Center buildings was all brought here, sorted through on a conveyor line. And it's basically all here at one of the dumps. So everything from the World Trade Center is in one spot. It's all buried here, Staten Island. Furthermore, on the history, Hurricane Sandy devastated this island. City riding. I grew up riding through this stuff. So, when I was talking about the hurricane, it devastated this area pretty bad, especially the areas closer to the water. It moved houses a whole block away from the water. Jersey and Staten Island were the worst. They got the worst of it. Yo, you know where we're going? Where they sold that bike originally. It's going back home. nice bikes in here. Hell yeah. The 2019 right there. $40,000 basically. Yo, my brother, he has a big mouth. Like you could hear this guy from the other state. You hear him? It's nice, very nice. I likes it.
So, but she doesn't really want it to remain. Like she has stronger credit.
Nice.
So if she goes as a co-seller, you go on the front of the line.
With push rods.
You can insure.
That's where you got the idea from? Yeah, that's the one I see real.
It looks like a Sportster almost, but it's a soft tail.
Alright, that'll work.
The Breakout. Pan America, I'm still to ride one of those. Harley Davidson in Virginia Beach. Supposed to have called me. I'm waiting.
The back of what? No, over there. Yeah, I want to see the back.
Jennifer,
No,
need your help.
I unfolded them. So basically that's what I want to see.
Jennifer will help you out, all right?
Alright.
And I called Jay or not? Woo. Coca-Cola Survey car.
Yeah, he's not answering. He's probably in the airport with the mail.
Nice. I like it. They got a flat tracker. They got a, I don't know, 1903, a single cylinder. 1910. Who knows? Not a 1903. That would be the first one, but soft tail. That looks like a 03. The silver and black. Pretty slick. I think that's the 100. Yep. Couple flat trackers, survey car.
No voy a negarte, no. La primera vez que tú me la hiciste, baby, quería matarme, yeah. Pero ahora no, ahora no. El problema fue amarte, yeah. sabiendo que no sientes nada y no sabes querer, no sabes querer. Esta mi despedida, vete con el que te hundía. Suerte que ya no eres mía, yo ya no te aguanto, no. Esta mi despedida, vete con el que te hundía. Suerte que ya no eres mía, yo ya no te aguanto, no.
So I had been looking back for, I want to say maybe 2 miles, and I didn't see him. Sometimes people just lag behind a little bit, right? He might have been fumbling with his radio or whatever. So I kind of slowed down and waited. But the bridge is coming up, and this bridge is not cheap to cross, and I wanted to make sure that we were together before we crossed this bridge. Anyhow, I pulled over and he said the bike cut off for no apparent reason. So he told me he was at exit 14. So I turn around and I'm headed back. He said he's right at exit 14. So I head back and I go to exit 14 and he's not there. So I have to get back off and go all the way around. And I actually this time went all the way to 12 to try to find him. And that's how I was able to find him. He was on the left side of the road. Problem number 79. My brother's bike popped the fuse. We are on Route 278, 2 exits just before the Verrazano Bridge, and his bike just cut off for no apparent reason. And we searched and searched anyway. Long story short, it was a fuse. Why did that fuse pop? I have no idea. So fun. Hot as all get up over here. Super hot. Well, first of all, let me show you this delicacy. Roadkill. Nice. So we're thinking turning around because we're about to hit rush hour. So yeah, we're gonna go over the Verrazano and come back. Well, should we even do that? No, we're gonna get off. We're not gonna go over the Verrazano. We're gonna go all the way up to by the Verrazano and make a U-turn. That's what we'll do. As I was saying, there's various bridges from the Brooklyn side to make it over to Lower Manhattan. If you want to be in Lower Manhattan, you want to get off in the first couple of bridges. You can go up to the Williamsburg, but that's kind of it's not, I wouldn't say Midtown, but you're moving up. That's about Chinatown and the Bowery. So here we go. Pirate Strait was done in Rahway, New Jersey. And unfortunately, I've had two cousins reside in that building. It's a creepy looking place. Also, the cemetery over here, there's a life-size Mercedes-Benz as a headstone. Look it up on Google. Rahway, New Jersey, funeral Mercedes-Benz headstone.
Will be on the left. Your destination is on the left.
Pardon my expression. This is Rahway, New Jersey. Oh, made it here. This is a Rahway, New Jersey Harley Davidson dealer. You know, for those of you guys who hate Harley Davidsons, you gotta admit they have the best showrooms and apparel shops of any brand. There's nothing that beats it, really. So hate on, everybody, hate on. I mean, some of these are real redneck like that. Yeah, drag racing, boom, vintage. I've seen that one online. I don't like that one. So, as you can see, this is the house that I grew up in. I moved here when I was 13 years old, and I moved out when I was 21. That was my mother's house. A lot of memories there. The biggest thing is that was the house I was living in 1979 when I bought my first motorcycle. Bought it off of my brother, and I bought the bike from him. I gave him the money. I think it was $1,100. It was a brand new bike. It probably had 1,500 miles on it. It was a 1978 Honda Hawk 400. It was blue. I have the same bike in my garage. Those of you who know my bikes, who follow me, have seen that bike. It's the one that's kind of all up against the wall and just sits there. Anyhow, I did not know how to ride a motorcycle. I bought the bike, and my brother instructed me to pull the clutch in, put it in first, let the clutch out slowly. I did so. I took off, and he jumped in his car and left. For the next hour, I went up and down that street, and I would go as far as I can towards they call this the waterfront. Towards the waterfront. I was about a block away from the waterfront. Then I would turn back around, make a U-turn, and head the other way, and I would stay about 2 blocks away from the downtown area because there was a lot of cops in the downtown area always, and I did not have a license. Anyhow, these homes do not have central air. These homes were built in the early part of the 1900s. So my point with that is, usually what a lot of people did in the hot summertime was hang out on the porch. You know, people would come home from work, make dinner, whatever, eat dinner, and then sit on the porch and converse and just whatever. And I remember there was one lady, and I was getting on her nerves because I was going up and down for about an hour, and she got up and yelled at me to stop driving up and down the street. But that's where I learned how to ride. And it was probably a week later where, you know, I went and I got my permit, and then I was legit. I could ride with other people, and it's all history now. But that's where it all began. This is a spot right here where we're going to eat lunch. This is called the Armory. And as you can see, we're at the what they call the waterfront in this town. And where I live now, it's called the ocean front. And some people, if they live by a beach, they call it the boardwalk. So I am on my way now to basically do the ride that we were supposed to do today in the daytime. And that is going from Jersey to Staten Island, then Brooklyn, Manhattan, and then back to Jersey.
In 1.5 miles, take exit 28B for Brooklyn Bridge.
View of this skyline over here. Brooklyn Bridge, Lower Manhattan. Coming the other way.
Continue on Brooklyn Bridge for 1 mile. In half a mile, take exit 29B for Tillery Street.
We're going to take the Manhattan Bridge. If it is, we're not taking it. Yeah, the bike is getting hot. I'd rather just ride a little bit and cool the bike down. Even if that means taking a different bridge, Williamsburg, whatever.
400 feet, turn left onto Flushing Avenue.
It was nice and cool. Not anymore. That looks like a prison right there. Look at the top. Sure is. What little prison that is. Oh, it looks like a prison from here. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Thing's burning up. We're on Flushing Avenue over here, right off the BQE. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what that place was. Remote operations, I don't know what that is. It looks like a prison. But who knows? A lot of traffic right here. I tell you, it's almost like it's 12 noon. You gotta see the parking mess they got here. Oh my goodness. This guy parked over here. He went against the grain. The guy that was parked in front of him is now trying to back out. The guy in the gray van was behind his black car and didn't fit. I will say, gas in the city is not that terrible right now. 443, I guess that's cash, and 453 if it's credit or debit. Yeah, quite a mess. All right, we proceed. I was trying to get a water over here, but doesn't look like that gas station has any water. You got to put your money through the little window and they give you, nah, I'll pass on that. So I'm letting the bike cool off a little bit because it is because the engine is high performance, it's a pain in the neck. So look at these guys. I wonder where they're headed. To a job site, obviously. Made in New York. That's the second one that came through. The first one, that one car was right here. This is a what seems to be a Hasidic, we're real close to Hasidic Jewish neighborhood. Nerves are on edge, don't come here, man. crazier than me. Where you headed?
Continue for half a mile.
Cobblestone streets.
Turn right onto Main Street, then your destination will be on the left.
That's the money shot right there. So anyway, I've brought you, I forgot what they call this area. I think this is Williamsburg. But it's all cobblestone. They have a lot of old names like Adams and Hamilton and you know, political people, if you will, right? Founding fathers and all that good stuff. Anyway, this is the spot or one of the streets where people come, you know, tourists come, and even locals. This is the place to get pictures. There's a street I passed up the road there. There were some people in the middle of the street. They were waiting for people to clear because that's actually the best shot. I think this is fine. You know, this is, you get the idea. But the Brooklyn Bridge, I think you know by now, is closed going from Brooklyn to Manhattan. So now I have to find an alternate route, which is most likely the Williamsburg Bridge a little bit further up, or whatever comes up, because like I said, there's a lot of bridges that cross from Brooklyn over to Manhattan, all the way up to the Bronx even, and from the Bronx you can actually jump over to Queens. So you know, these boroughs are all interconnected, and if it wasn't for the traffic, you can do this stuff in really no time whatsoever. We did it one fall, early fall in October. Woke up Saturday morning and did 4 of the boroughs in about 2.5 to 3 hours. We stopped for lunch. I mean, we had a good time, and there wasn't a lot of traffic. We went to Times Square, took some pictures. It was really neat. So unfortunately, it's summertime and the city is crazy, as you all know, with laws and all kind of stuff. But anyway, nevertheless, that's a different thing altogether than what I'm here for, right? Who cares about all that stuff? I will say that, you know, I enjoy going to places such as, you know, the Blue Ridge Parkway, the Tail of the Dragon. You know, I love going through all the mountains in Appalachia. Love going out to Nag's Head and a lot of country type roads. But I really like cities. You know, there's something for everyone. Yes, you have your crazy people in the cities. Yes, traffic is a SOB. But at the end of the day, there is so much to see and do. And if you get lucky and there's not too much traffic, you can really enjoy yourself. I had to stop the video because they have music, and as you know, that licensing on YouTube is a pain in the butt. But you know, if I didn't have to get up so early tomorrow to go to my nephew's graduation, you know, this is something that if you do it at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I know New York City is even busy at that time, it would have been a little bit smoother than it is right now for me. So I enjoy cities, Washington DC, you know, New York, Philadelphia, so on and so forth. There's a lot of beautiful big cities, and they have so much to offer, especially if you enjoy food and sightseeing and museums and things like that. In my opinion, those are the places to be. Yes, country towns and country roads and rural areas are very nice, you know, but I really enjoy the city. Maybe because I was born in this city, but all cities. Again, if you look for something, whatever your thing is, you will find it. Tried lane splitting. The center of the lane, of the road, not the lane, but the road, is concave, and I was moving from side to, it was dangerous. I mean, I could have hit a car. And then you got, you know, those that don't want to give you a break. You know, they're in their air-conditioned vehicle, really nice. But damn, if the motorcycle comes through, you know, I want the lane filter in this heat. I hope you can see what I see with all these, with the skyline. So this sure is a nice view from up here. To our left is Lower Manhattan. This is the Lower East Side right underneath us. AKA LES. And now they are letting cars through the Brooklyn Bridge. There's the Empire State Building straight ahead. That's the Empire State Building. Brooklyn Bridge to my left. I can see where they're letting cars through. that bodega. Or as Jill Biden said, Bogota. Freaking Bogota. China Village. About 50 minutes of I don't know what that says, but they're open now. Oh, it's a massage joint. I wonder what kind of massage you get there. Not even gonna ask. Not even gonna ask. And this is now a former church turned museum. Oh, it was a synagogue. It seems. I could be wrong. It is very nice and ornate. Looking for a sign, see if there's anything that says when it was made. So that's Chinatown down there. And this is an off street of Chinatown. I guess, you know, local businesses. Yep, my motorcycle's on the corner. You have to watch it like a hawk. What do they call that? They call that chameleon. Cross country. So we are at Cross Country. I don't know what the name of this dealer is in Metuchen, New Jersey. Very big dealer. They have Kawasaki, Triumph, Royal Enfield, BMW, Ducati, Vespa. They even, I saw they sold Giant electric bicycles. They have a lot of different stuff, and right next door is a Honda dealer. So really nice dealer, one of the nicest dealers I've ever been to. And they have just about everything, and they have really nice motorcycles, in my opinion. So this is again in Metuchen, New Jersey. Cross Country BMW, I guess is the name of it. But I'll keep showing you around.